the 1983 NLDS from Philadelphia. Tonight's game, the Atlanta Braves against the Philadelphia Phillies in game number 1. For the Braves, it is a chance to go ahead. And for the Braves and their manager, Bobby Cox, it was Joe Torre. And their manager, Joe Torre, this is a chance to go ahead 1-0. Veterans Stadium is not in this game. So we are playing at today's Philadelphia ballpark. Philadelphia and the Braves are ready to go here. For the Braves, it'll be Pascal Perez. And for the Phillies, it'll be Steve Carlton. Steve Carlton, a strikeout master. And the Phillies hoping to win the World Series. Rewrite history. But Atlanta is hoping to rewrite history and make it to the NLCS. Now for the national anthem. Postseason baseball. Ready to go from 1983. Steve Carlton making his first appearance. This is game 1 of the National League Division Series. And they are going to play the Atlanta Braves. So Brett Butler will start off. He was an LA Dodger for a long time. And you can see the Phillies fans. First pitch by Carlton will be down low. What the Phillies want to do is they want to get an early 1-2-3 inning. Carlton will be up high, 2-0, 54 degrees, partly cloudy. Wind is 6 miles an hour. Butler to Steve Carlton. And there's going to be a strike there, 2-1. I don't know how much we're going to get into a pitcher's duel here. It'll be 3-1. Rafael Ramirez is on deck. He'll be batting second. So Butler wants to get on as the leadoff of the game. Butler will hit it to first, and they'll step on first, 1 out. They get the opening jitters out. Here for Atlanta, you have Butler, Ramirez, and Dale Murphy. Horner, Watson, and Benedict. Hubbard, Chambliss, who won the 76 ALCS, and Terry Harper. The Atlanta Braves, that's their lineup. So Rafael Ramirez will come up next for both these teams. This is their first playoff game. And Ramirez will come up. 7-game series is all around. And the pitch here, it'll be inside, ball 1. Next up, it'll be Toronto and the White Sox. And that'll be a strike inside. The White Sox, not a bad team, a very good team. Trying to rewrite history and go to the World Series. Another 3-1 count. Dale Murphy's on deck. And Ramirez. That'll be a strike here. 3-2 to Ramirez. They're really around him, though. Steve Carlton is a power pitcher. Oh, I thought that might have been ball. That would have been strike 3. But they call that ball 4, and that's going to be on first. Let's see where this hit. Oh, I could have called it. But it's the first inning. You got to find out where everybody is. And here's Dale. Dale high to right field. And underneath, they're going to catch it. It's going to be 2 outs. To the Philadelphia Phillies. They got it with 2 outs. And Murphy sits down. Here's Bob Horner. They could go. There's a runner at first. He's safe. For Philadelphia, If they can go 1, 2, 3, that would be big. There's no cookie cutter stadiums left. A swing and a miss there. It'll be 0-1. So Warner with the runner at first. The 0-1. Carlton, now it's 0-2. They can get out the Phillies. They can get out the Braves. 1-2, hiccup 3, and they do. It's a strikeout. Steve Carlton looking good. We go to the bottom of the first. 0-0. Pascal Perez, he will be in. First time all postseason. And very big, and starting is Vaughn Hayes. Vaughn Hayes for the Phillies, 1983 Phillies. Here's Perez, and an early strike. A changeup down the middle, he knew he was taking. One of these days I set the tone, give a green light. Hayes to right field, a little blooper. But going back is the second baseman, 1 out. 2 pitches, and here for the Phillies you have Vaughn Hayes, Greg Gross, Mike Schmidt, Bo Diaz, Joe Morgan, Gary Matthews, Tony Perez, Gary Maddox, and Avon de Jesus. Shortstop. And here's Greg Gross hitting second. A swing and a miss here. Perez is going right at him. Especially here in the bottom of the first. Atlanta would love to win a game and go 1-0. But it's 1-1. The pitch, it's going to be a base hit, a line drive to left field, and it'll be a single. So Gross gets on first. And that was very big. So Craig Gross, easy right there, and now here's Mike Schmidt. Oh, Schmidt. Outside, ball 1. Oh, Schmitty. Perez is going around him. They don't want any portion of Mike Schmidt. He comes up, he can wheel that thing a mile. That'll be a hard hit and a base hit to center field. Are they going to go to third? They throw to third. Nobody moves. First and second. And Mike Schmidt with a base hit. He's 1 for 1. Bo Diaz will come up. 2 on, 1 out. Perez having trouble. That'll be outside, ball 1. If Philadelphia can score early, that would be big. Philadelphia would like to have the momentum. They'll be fouled back 1-1. They'd love to have the momentum of you get the early big lead and big game in game 1. He fouls that one off. And then game 2 is when things settle down. 1-2. He'll be high and fouled it away. Pascal Perez. 1 out, 2 on. Struck him out. That's going to be 2 outs now. On the other side of that, here's the postseason. Detroit with the win at Baltimore. They steal game 1 there. It's the best of 7. Toronto beating the White Sox. Toronto and the White Sox, and LA and the Expos. The W is the Montreal Expos. And here's Joe Morgan. He's done so much. Morgan has done so much for the Cincinnati Reds. That's a strike. People forget that he played for the Phillies. The pitch. No, 1-1. Morgan would like to keep this going. And there's going to be a strike again. In the Champions League, he plays for the 75 Reds. And they're in the Elite Eight, game 1 tomorrow. Morgan, and he fouls it away. The 1-2. Inside, 2-2. 2 on, 2 out, the 2-2. 3-2. And now Perez has to bring it. The 3-2, 2 outs. Fouled it off. Morgan wants to stay in there. The 3-2. Fouled it off again. Look at this. 3-2 again. Struck him out. Oh, that was belt high and right in the strike zone. Pascal Perez with the strikeout. And here in Philadelphia, Philadelphia gets 2 on, but they don't get any in. Top of the second, Bob Watson will come up for the 83 Atlanta Braves. For the Atlanta Braves, Atlanta. He said the key to beating Philadelphia is not only they got to win games, they got to win games against their good pitchers. That'll be ball 1. Steve Carlton is one that if they win, that'll provide upset. It'll be 2-0. If they don't get a win, you know, they can go to 5-6 games, but if they don't beat the good pitchers, then every time they face Carlton, they could be done. The 2-1. Oh, that one was right there. It looked like it was in. Bruce Benedict will be on the on deck. It'll be 3-2 now. And here come the Phillies. 3-2. He strikes him out. Struck him out, and that's going to be 1 out. Beautiful Philadelphia. We don't have the Veterans Stadium on here, because I have a PS4 and the stadium creator doesn't have it. There'll be a ball inside. Next year I'll probably get the PS5. Inside 2-0. That'll be my big purchase next year. My one this year was a car. And look what happened. To right. And it'll go foul. My car was so much. Oh, they call it back. He's calling him low. He's calling him real low, and it'll be 2-2 with 1 out. High pop fly. Second baseman again should be Morgan, 2 outs. And Morgan with the catch. Joe Morgan out of the Cincinnati Reds. And now Glenn Hubbard. Glenn will come in. Carlton can get out of this inning again. And Atlanta can get nothing. And that's going to be a ball outside. Glenn Hubbard. A little roller and a base hit. They get their first of the day. And the Braves are on first. Glenn Hubbard. Look at that. Just right up the middle. And when you see something like that, that's huge. 2-out lightning has struck so many times. Here's Chris Chambliss, the former Yankee who won an ALCS with a home run over the Kansas City Royals. Well, those are series you'd love to replay. All going 5 games. Those are crazy. Love to put under 7 games. It'll be 0-2. Surprised the Royals didn't have a better record in 83. Seeing they won in 85. They'll be 1-2. Carlton with a runner on first. The 1-2. Low, and it'll be 2-2. 2-2. 3-2. It's low. Terry Harper's ready to come up. Struck him out, and that's it. Carlton with another strikeout. He gets out of this. And Atlanta goes down. They leave a runner on first base. Still 0-0. Gary Matthews will come up. Gary Matthews always has a winning streak in the Champions League for the 1980 Phillies. That'll be a ball 1-0. He's not a bad hitter at all. Oh, and then as I say that, he swings at that. 1-1 from Perez. Jammed him. Pop fly. And that'll be the shortstop again, going back to get that one out. For the Braves, in the outfield, you have Brett Butler, Dale Murphy, and Terry Harper. On the infield, Bob Horner at third, Rafael Ramirez at short, Len Hubbard at second, Chris Chambliss at first, and Bruce Benedict as the catcher. One out for Tony Perez. All, what is this, all Cincinnati? That'll be a strike. 0-1. So Pascal going right at him and getting 2. And the Braves want to come in here and steal game number 1. And Perez fouls it again. The 0-2. Bottom of the second. And he wastes that. 1-2. So you can't really waste any in the playoffs. This season you can do it. 2-2. Pascal Perez. 3-2. It breaks to the outside. Gary Maddox is a great hitter. He's the guy with the winning streak. Struck him out. Oh, he thought it was ball 4. He didn't like it. And he's upset, and here's Gary Maddox. Now it's Gary Maddox, the guy with the winning streak, with the hitting streak. Every Champions League, and as we say that, there's the catch, first pitch, he's out. Here in the playoffs, we end 2. Still 0-0. Terry Harper will come up. One thing I've noticed in the 83 playoffs, there's always a lot of runners on base. You know, sometimes you get into games, and there'll be like 3 innings in a row, and nobody will be on. But not in these playoffs. That'll be fouled off. First base, 1 out. The 83 Phillies. And it was big. Steve Carlton gets that. And now here's Brett Butler as we start the lineup again. Butler's 0 for 1. The pitch. Oh, he tries to bunt. Third. The first, and that's Mike Schmidt. Mike Schmidt at third. He picked it up barehanded and threw out Butler, and that's why he's a Hall of Famer. And now Rafael Ramirez. And Ramirez now. Swing and a miss here. The Blue Jays are going to play at Chicago for game number 1 of their series. Many feeling Chicago is the big favorite there, and that'll be fouled off. Los Angeles is the favorite here, even though the Phillies went to the World Series. Everybody wants a crack at somebody again. Inside, it'll be 2-2. The White Sox want another crack at the Orioles. And that'll be fouled off. They might not get it. They might have to take down Detroit. In the ALCS, who knows? Inside 3-2 with 2 outs. Dale Murphy will be on deck. The 3-2. And that'll be fouled away. A lot of pitches here for Carlton. 3-2. High, got him. And it hits the ground, a base hit. Almost jammed him, almost got the out. And that is Ramirez. Look, jammed him inside. He hit it, but it goes right on the ground. Watch this. Boom. He thought about it. With 2 outs, better to get somebody on first. And here's Dale Murphy. Murphy, and that's high. They're not giving him that all day. He flew out in the first inning. Carlton already with 46. They throw back the first. He saved. He didn't even tag him. Atlanta, knowing that if they'll win in this series and they could get that NLCS they always wanted, they're going to pick it up. Throw to first, get the out. And that's it. Little dribbler. And we go to the bottom of the third. It's 0-0. Ivan De Jesus. He is the shortstop. And Perez it's an early strike. Ivan De Jesus. You see his picture in the scoreboard. On the bottom of the third. It'll be high, 1-1. These games have been really reduced to 2 or 3 moments. Not the highest scoring. Third to first, 1 out. And going back, a lot of pitching here in 1983. Here's Vaughn Hayes. He lined out in the first. In the bottom of the third. Perez looking to mow him down, 2. He's getting up there, pitch counts. Vaughn Hayes to right, underneath, and he makes the catch, 2 outs. Perez 36 pitches, 37 now. Harper again with the catch. Here's Greg Gross. He had a single in the first inning. Gross and Mike Schmidt made the first and second with 1 out. Nobody came in. You'd like to open up with Schmidt. You don't want people on base. That'll be fouled off, 0-1. So Pascal Perez. That'll be a ball outside, 1-1. It'll be fouled off, 1-2. 1-2. Low, 2-2. So Perez wants to get Greg Gross. Gross is 1 for 1 today. And inside, it'll be a full count, another one. Schmidt is on deck. The 3-2. Little looper, and that's a base hit. Gross is 2 for 2. Who knows? They might both go 2 for 2. And now they got to go to Mike Schmidt. Look at Greg Gross. A good hit. Straight up the middle. big. So Mike Schmidt will come up. Schmidt is 1 for 1. He has a single. That'll be outside, ball 1. Schmidt is the type of hitter that'll get a home run here. He knows it. Pascal Perez knows it's 2-0. They might walk him just because they know he's clutch. Low, and it's 2-1. Mike Schmidt, 2-1. Fouled it off. It's 2-2. Every run is so big. Every base runner is so big. 3-2. In this series. This is game number 1, but in a full series, it's 3-2 and fouled away. Atlanta again, 3-2 to Schmidt. A little looper and another base hit. It's going to be another single. So again, first and second. Both Gross and Mike Schmidt both have had singles. Look at that. Now here's Bo Diaz. Diaz outside, 1-0. He struck out in the first inning. Perez in a little bit of trouble. 51 pitches. And that'll be fouled off, 1-1. Bo Diaz. And that'll be fouled off. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch. Outside, 2-2. Diaz at 2-2. Struck him out. That's 2 times Diaz has struck out with first and second and 2 outs. Perez is loving it. It's 0-0. So Bob Horner, he struck out in the first. Let's see if Steve Carlton keeps it up in the top of the 4th. The Atlanta Braves against the Philadelphia Phillies. And it just hits his, that was the catcher's foot it hit. No big deal here, 1-0, and it'll be 2-0. Well, Steve now, as this will be his 50th pitch. And a strike inside, but they call it anyway, 2-1. Carlton to Horner. 3-1, and it'll be Horner's pitch. Bob Watson is on deck. The 3-1. And that'll be fouled away. Into the stand. And the 1983 NLDS. Low, and that's a walk. So Horner will get the first. And Carlton knows it. Here's Bob Watson. 0 for 1, struck out in the second. And there he goes, and there it'll be. A little looper Schmidt the first. They get the out, 1 out. They had the hit and run going on, and it was at the perfect time. A runner on second now with 1 out, and here's Bruce Benedict, the catcher. He was 0 for 1. He popped out in the second inning. 1 out, a strike. So big. 1983, Game 1 NLDS. A little looper, and it'll be Schmidt. Schmidt the first 2 out. He's been incredible defensively today. He got the bunt barehanded and he threw out a runner, and right now twice. He's been good in this inning. Here's Glenn Hubbard, Mike Schmidt, the real deal. Anybody else, it might be first and third with an out. Then you can sacrifice. And Hubbard, it'll be ball one. But when you take a look at Mike Schmidt, he saves runs. High pop fly should end the inning. Even if he drops it, and that's going to be an out. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Schmidt, unbelievable defensive inning. It's 0-0. Nothing here. Joe Morgan struck out in the first. And here's Pascal Perez. And that'll be low ball one. So Morgan, 15th year here. Since 1968. He'll be fouled off 1-1. Morgan was a Cincinnati Red for a long time. It'll be 2-1. You wonder who's going to make it to the World Series. This is one of the most wide open seasons ever. The Braves are good. The Phillies are good. The Dodgers are good. And even the Expos. The Expos are loaded and they came back. I thought that they were better than the Pirates. And that's going to be fouled off. Oh, world's worst gamer. If you want, hey, good to see you. A 3-2, let me call this a second. It'll be fouled off again. If you want the old rosters, you got to download them. Yeah, you got to download them. Now, you don't get the stadium. You don't get the stadium creator with the PS4. If you have a PS5 and it's on the ground, he swung, and that's going to be one out at first. Now, if you want, the rosters are all there. The rosters are all there. You can go online, and if you ever need help, just message me, and I'll show you a tutorial video I use. Gary Matthews. Matthews to left, and to the warning track, and caught. 2 outs. That's Brett Butler, the future LA Dodger. But anyway, what I'll tell you is, if you need help, that's one thing, but the stadiums only come with PS5. So for me, they do have some old stadiums, and the pitch, it'll be fouled back. But for this broadcast, I try and match them up if there's openings, but there's no cookie cutter stadium. There's none in this game. So I just say the Phillies are going to stay on their own. Now I'm going to use Turner Field for Atlanta. The 1-2, and that'll be fouled back. I'm going to use Turner Field for Atlanta because the new Atlanta Stadium, Turner Field, looks a lot like Fulton County. Struck him out, and that's going to be it, the end of the fourth inning. Well, we end for the Braves and the Phillies here in 1983. The 83 NLDS Game 1 of 7. Well, welcome back to the 1983. Now, this is the playoff replays. I'm not exactly sure what she is saying, but what I'll tell you this is, much as this, I understand they didn't have divisional rounds in 83. I understand that. We're giving the options out for a lot of teams and putting them under a current format. So Chris Chambliss will come up for Atlanta. He won again, we keep saying this, he hit the home run. He has a rule named after him in Major League Baseball. He does. He has a big rule. If you hit a home run to win a game and the fans prevent you from touching home plate, it still counts. Because they got to put that rule in, because in 76, He was fighting people and he missed like every base. And everybody appealed, and the Royals are like, he didn't touch home. And that's going to be a strike, 2-1. But right now, Carlton wants to get in a groove. That's Chambliss. It'll be second to first. 1 out. They haven't had one thing, though, in this game is they haven't had too many easy routine ground balls. Like Mike Schmidt has been working his butt off. They've had long fly balls. They've had everything. But Carlton wants to start getting maybe 6 or 7 batters out as Terry Harper will come in. Harper, and that'll be fouled off, 1-1. If they can get about 6 or 7 straight and keep the pitch count down, already we're to the 8th, but that's going to be a low. It hits the ground. He dove after it, but he's not going to get it. It's only a single, though. I think it was big. If it could have been a hit right to the chest. Could have. And here's Brett. 1 out. 1 on. Butler. This will be to the wall. This might score. He's got 58 speed. It's going to hit the wall. Butler has 87. They're going to throw to third. He might get a triple on this. They're going to throw home. He's safe. A triple. It's 1-0 Atlanta. 1-0 Atlanta. And Brett Butler hit it to the third base side of the outfield. He hit it to left center. And it went all the way to the wall. He had 87 speed, though. And he went. He didn't even need to slide. They went home. And Atlanta strikes first. It's Rafael Ramirez with Butler at third. And that's going to be ball 1 down low. Remember, we talked about beating the right pitchers. As they said, you can't beat just any. You got to beat the right one. And when you beat a Steve Carlton, somebody that the Philadelphia Phillies automatically chuck up a W2. That'll be a little to right field, and it'll be a base hit. It's 2-0. Atlanta jumps out. And Dallas Green is in there. He sends out his pitching coach. And they got to talk to Carlton and give him a little bit of a timeout. Atlanta has 2 here in the top of the 5th. And here's Dale Murphy, who's very, very good. Murphy, it'll be high ball 1. They want to be careful on him. He flew out and grounded out. And Carlton would like to get a double play to end this inning. There it is. Oh, no, it goes by him. And a base hit. And they're going to throw to third, and now in sacrifice position. You have Atlanta and Dale Murphy. Here's Bob Horner. When you look, it's been Road Warriors for all the teams, and Horner swings and misses 0-1. He walked in the 4th inning. What I mean by Road Warriors, Toronto won the ALCS. Toronto won the AL wild card on the road at New York 6-1. The Pirates led the Expos 2-0 in the NL wild card before the Expos won at home. And then in the ALDS Game 1, Detroit on the road at Baltimore, they won. That's a base hit. It's 3-0. And Atlanta and Steve Carlton is imploding here as Atlanta's getting some big base hits. The slider, no good there. And here comes a new pitcher. Carlton a little upset at his performance. And if you're going to win a series, a 7-game series against the Phillies, beat Steve Carlton, check mark. Larry Christensen will come in. He has a lot of holds. Larry Christensen will come in and try and hold the Atlanta Braves. There's 2 on, 1 out, and Bob Watson. Christensen. And that'll be strike 1. They had a green light on the first one. Murphy on second. Warner on first. Very big for Philadelphia to get these outs. It's 3-0 Atlanta. And that'll be a hard hit, a line drive, 2 outs. Joe Morgan, he made the catch. And now we got Bruce Benedict, the catcher. So Bruce here, 2 outs now, 2 on. Benedict can get this thing wide open. And inside, ball 1. Be really, really big. 1-0, 2-0. To the outside. I'll tell you what, right now, Atlanta, a base hit here. They need 4 or 5. You might say 3-0. There's going to be a strike, but if you looked at today's Champions League, where the Baltimore Orioles scored 5, and they led 5-0 outside 3-1. Boog Powell hit that 3-run home run. And then the Braves came back and tied it. That was game 7, and then the Orioles won it 7-5. Bottom of the 8th inning. 3-2. The Tigers were down 3-1. Remember, in this league, Benedict, and that's a base hit. Are they going to score? It was 3-2, and they were running on the pitch. And it's 4-0 Atlanta. Oh my. 4-0 Atlanta. And here comes Glenn Hubbard. He's 1 for 2. He singled in the second. The pitch to right field. Running in and making the catch, but Atlanta got 4 in that inning. More on the other games as Atlanta has a 4-0 lead over Philadelphia. Well, it's 4-0 Atlanta, and I'm sure she's talking about this. But Joe Morgan, I'll tell you what, with this, it was 3-1 Baltimore to start the 9th inning. And Detroit came back and won game 1 of the ALDS on their side. So comebacks are a key. And here's Gary Maddox. He had, what, a 26 or a 27 game hitting streak in the Champions League in the first season. And Maddox, that's going to be a strike. He played for the 1980 Phillies. Maddox again inside, starts 0-2. For Philadelphia, you have a chance here. You need base runners, and Maddox up the middle and a base hit. Maddox is 89 speed, and he gets on with nobody out. We're in game number 1. Philadelphia, he does have great speed. Even if he gets this, I don't know if they get him out. But here comes Ivan De Jesus. It looks big for Atlanta, but they need, I think, all those runs. And that'll be the low ball 1. Pascal Perez, this will be number 74 in the bottom of the 5th. The pitch. High pop fly, left field. And underneath is Butler, 1 out, Brett Butler. He will then later go to the Dodgers in the late 80s.
The right fielder, number 9.
It's Vaughn Hayes. Vaughn Hayes 0 for 2. Maddox on a base hit could come around and score. And that's going to be ball down low. Perez, I wouldn't say he's humming along. You can't be complacent. It's 2-0. 2-0. It's going to be 2-1 now. Pascal Perez. And it'll be 3-1. Three and one. And it's 4-1, and it'll be 2-on. So Philadelphia might be able to get some runs here. And here is Greg Gross, who's 2 for 2. And Greg Gross, he's 2 for 2 today. And a strike. 0-1. Can they do it? Can they go? Can he go 3 for 3? He goes 3 for 3, and there's a base hit. And the bases are going to be loaded. Are they going to throw home? Yes, they are, but they're not going to come home. And the bases will be loaded with 1 out for Mike Schmidt. Schmidt will come on. Gross is 3 for 3 with 3 singles. Gross has had Perez's number all day. And here he comes. You're down 4-0. You got the bases loaded. This is exactly who you want. You know, this sounds weird, but you might want to pitch around and maybe make it 4-1. You got a 4-0 lead. You want to trade. You want to trade, maybe. This is huge. Perez down low, ball 1. They might do it. They got Maddox at third base, at second, and Greg Gross at first. They might just pitch around them and take the 4-1 swap and try their eggs in the next basket. Swing and a miss, though. It gets so tempting. You notice he's pitching the borders right now. Schmidt outside, and he is. It's away. There's nothing. If you divide the ball, if the box, it's nothing within the central third. It's in the left third or the right third, and it's really close to the border. The 2-1 high and trying to get a pop-up there. It'll be 2-2. You want that pop-up in the infield because you get the automatic out. The pitch. High pop fly. This is center field. Way back. It could be. It is. It's gone. It's a grand slam. It's a grand slam. It's a grand slam. Mike Schmidt. He's the guy. He's the guy. And it's 4-4. Mike Schmidt. He's why Philadelphia loves him. He's why Cooperstown has a place for him. Mike Schmidt, a grand slam. Oh my goodness. And it was in the middle third where you didn't want it. It was in the middle third right there. Oh my goodness. And this thing is 4-4. And that'll be eyeball 1. Now Perez has to settle down. You just can't yank. One thing is you can't yank a starter. You gotta have to have them mentally. You can't yank the starter. And Perez, that's going to be fouled off. 1-1. Diaz, actually. And the reason why you can't yank Perez now is he'll eat up 2 or 3 relievers. And he'll be down low, 2-1. They want him to go 6 or 7 innings. Bo Diaz. Now Perez gets out. That's going to hurt Atlanta in the long run. High pop fly. This will be to left. Brett Butler underneath. 1 catch. That's going to be 2 outs. We talked about comebacks. We've had 3 games in a row. The first game was a 6-1 Blue Jay win over the Yankees, in which they won the wild card for the AL. The second game was a Pirates 2-0 lead in an Expos comeback as Joe Morgan 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. And Montreal came back and won that game. The third game we had was Detroit. They were down 3-1 in the 9th inning and came back and beat Baltimore 7-3. So all these games have had comebacks, but I didn't expect this early. Schmidt with the tying grand slam. Perez starting to get his groove a little bit more. Getting a little bit back. The pitch, he strikes him out. And they end the fifth. But Mike Schmidt, can you believe it? Can you believe it? Mike Schmidt, good night. And it's 4-4. Top of the sixth inning, Atlanta 4 and the Phillies 4. Now let's see what happens. Chris Chambliss. He'll be 1-0. Chambliss playing 10 seasons. 73 to 83 right now in the majors, and that's going to be 2-0. They got Larry Christensen, who's in now. People warming up in the bullpen. It'll be a strike here. 2-1. A little foul ball there. Chambliss 2-2. Low 3-2. Missed by only a little bit. Struck him out, and Chambliss. That is so big. When you score a lot of runs in an inning, the thing that's a killer is when the other team just gets out one. And Chambliss striking out there. My goodness, this is already shaping up. I was worried that it would be a top-heavy postseason. Not even close to that. It's a strike. We already know the ALDS in Baltimore. That one was, that's going to be, even it could be a sweep, but it's still going to be close. And that'll be fouled off 0-2. This one is going to be close. I think the Expo one will be close. I'm not sure about the Blue Jays. The Chicago's team is stacked this year. You'll see them when they come up. It'll be 1-2 with one out. Harper, and he takes that 2-2. Maybe they see the Harper name on the back and they boo because they're thinking of Bryce Harper. 3-2. But that would make them like look in the future. The 3-2 with one out. And that's a base hit. You know, picked up. DeJesus throws to first and they get an out, 2 outs. Ivan DeJesus. They knew where that was going. And now here's Brett Butler, 1 for 3, had that triple. When Atlanta had all those runs, that big triple by Brett Butler. He's 1 for 3 today, and that's a strike. Larry Christensen relieved Steve Carlton. And Carlton, that's going to be 2 strikes. The Brett Butler, Carlton can be a little relieved now. And Butler again jammed and fouled it off. The 0-2. Christensen, and Butler again fouls it off. Christensen, he's only meant to be in there for a little bit. You can tell when somebody gets tired, the foul balls rack up. They don't have that oomph. There, that oomph. But they do get the pop out, and that's 3 outs. They go to the bottom of the 6th. Matthews, Perez, and Maddox. So here's Gary Matthews. He popped out and lined out. Oh, so big. Pascal Perez. And that's going to be a ball up high. In the bullpen, Tony Brizzolora and Tommy Boggs. They're getting ready. They know Perez has thrown 95. He'll probably be over 100 in this inning, and wild side ball 2-0. I'm not sure how long they'll let him go. He did give up that grand slam last inning. It's 3-0. And on deck is Tony Perez. Perez and Joe Morgan might talk about their days in Cincinnati. And a strike there, 3-1. I really like Joe Morgan as an announcer. I don't know what happened to him. And that'll be 4-1, and the Phillies have a run on. Perez has 99 pitches. And here in the sixth, that one was low. When you got one, and here comes the Braves, Joe Torre will come out, and he's going to get a new pitcher in. Perez had a great day until last inning. Then one swing happened. And he'll go back. Rick Camp. We have a DH, remember that, but Rick Camp, well, who knows? He wasn't one of the people warming up. But Rick Camp, give him a bat. It isn't the extra innings. But here's Rick Camp. And the pitch, it'll be a strike. You don't know, Rick Camp hit a home run in the 18th inning. It was, I guess it was listed as the Braves' best home run of the 1980s. When he came in and he hit a home run as only of his life. And it'll be a strike. No, we're warming up. World's worst gamer. I remember Boggs and Braziola or whatever, and I didn't see Rick Camp, but they brought him in. And it'll be a ball 1-2. A 1-2 to Tony Perez. And foul back. So big now. If Camp can get Perez, you put in the double play clause, which means any pitch can end the inning with a double play. And Camp will get it. They throw to second, they get one. They throw to first, they get both. And this doesn't end the inning, but they got a much-needed double play. If you're Atlanta, a much-needed double play. If you're Atlanta, if you're Philadelphia, it's deflating. Oh, it hit his arm. It hit his arm. And there's one. He stood in there, though, at second. And threw that. He stood in there. And the pitch there. Short. The first, oh, he's off the bag. It looked like he was a little bit off. We'll have to see that one again. Ramirez, Murphy, and Horner. 2, 3, and 4. We go to the seventh. Now here in the seventh is Rafael Ramirez. He's 2 for 2 with 2 singles. An RBI, and he scored a run. 4-4. Now be high, ball 1. Rafael Ramirez. Ramirez fouled it off. 1-1, top of the seventh. And that'll be a little rolling ground ball. Morgan, the first one out. Morgan to Perez. And we're not in Cincinnati. Here comes Dale Murphy, who's 1 for 3. Christensen is still in the game. They want to ride him to save their bullpen. That'll be a ball outside. You know, we said before about starting pitchers and how you want them to go 6 or 7 innings so they kind of ruin the bullpen. They're really using Christensen now. I think that's why they put him in. The 2-0 to Murphy. That'll be a strike. Dale Murphy wanting to get on base. These are the groove innings now for Philadelphia. And it'll be 2-2. Atlanta having a hard time getting on first. Dale Murphy would then play for the Colorado Rockies, believe it or not. Struck him out. And they expanded, and Murphy will sit down. Look at Dale. Good night. Hold him. And now Bob Horner. Horner, and that'll foul it off. It was quiet for a second, and that ball went screaming foul. He has a single and an RBI today. Here in the top of the seventh, it's 4-4, and outside 1-1. 1-1, top of the seventh. And that's going to be a strike, 1-2. 1-2 now. It'll be 2-2. Bob Horner. 2-out lightning has been so big in this league. Struck him out though. It's 2-out, nothing. Maybe it's a full moon with no clouds. But we go to the mid-seventh. We go to the bottom of the seventh. It's 4-4. One thing I do want to say is if you ever listen to Take Me Out to the Ball Game, listen to the full song. As Ivan De Jesus will come in, camp only with 6 pitches. And De Jesus hits a foul ball. Tried to surprise everyone. He's fast. Camp. Swing and a miss here, and he's down 0-2. Listen to the full Take Me Out to the Ball Game song. The thing you sing at the 7th inning stretch, will be 1-2. It's just the chorus. That song is people talking about saving up money to go to a game. A strikeout, it goes into the ground, throw to first, 1 out. In the bottom of the 7th. And now here's Vaughn Hayes. He walked in, he scored a run. Now Rick Camp is getting in some of his cruising innings for the Atlanta Braves. Nobody from Philadelphia has really been on. And that's going to be a strike. Vaughn Hayes again showed bunt. But you don't want to really do that right now. Another strike again, 0-2. He's gone 0-2 for the first 2 batters of the inning. The 0-2 with an out. 1-2. Everybody's loving it. You gotta love it. We gotta love it. A 4-4 game. A grand slam by Mike Schmidt. And we're all tied up. 2-2. He flinched, but he didn't go. Greg Gross, and this is why you gotta get Vaughn Hayes if you're Atlanta. He walked him. And now you got Greg Gross and you got the Miracle Man coming up. This could easily be bases loaded. Greg Gross is one of the most underrated Phillies. And after this game, if he helps them actually win the '83 World Series, people are going to love him. They throw to first. They're looking to get an out that doesn't involve throwing a pitch. He's 3 for 3 today, 3 singles. But that was against Perez, and that's a strike. It doesn't mean you're going to do well against the new pitcher. They're going to go to second. They throw to second. The steal. He's safe. And there's 1 out. They take away the double play clause. They throw to second here, you can see. But they take away the double play clause. Now they got to get an actual 2 out. They can't have a ground ball by Gross end the inning. High pop fly. Let's see where it goes. It's short, and it's caught 2 out. And if you pitch to Mike Schmidt, then there is no reason to pitch to Mike Schmidt. None. And the fans know it. Schmidt is 3 for 3. You have an open base. Basically, you're treating this inning like an extra inning. Rick Camp has thrown 19 pitches. If you really pitch to Mike Schmidt, there's problems. And they're low. They're going to now, that's not to say they're not going to intentionally walk him. But what they're going to do is they're going to pitch the borderlines. They don't have bases loaded so they can walk them. And inside they're going to sneak a strike. Now if you sneak a couple strikes, then you'll be all right. But right now they're not sneaking. They snuck one, but they got to sneak another one. You just got to get closer. Schmidt is 3 for 3. And he's going to swing and put himself in a hole. Now if you're Philadelphia and Mike Schmidt, you're baiting him. Come on, throw me a pitch. The 1-2. And that sinker, you know you're getting junked. You know we are getting junk here. The 2-2. And a low ground ball to base hit. They could go around third. And this is going to be Schmidt. He has every RBI in this game. Mike Schmidt has every RBI. Why would you pitch to Mike Schmidt? You played with fire and you got burned. You just played with fire and you got burned. First was open. You got a man on second. You're playing this like extra innings. And 2 outs. Walk him and get to Bo Diaz, who's 0 for 3. And to right field. And the catch. See, there you go. It would have been an easy out. But Mike Schmidt is pitched to. And a big blunder there. And here's Ron Reed. He'll come in. He's 6'6", 215. He's 40 years old. He was 24 at the beginning of the game, but that's what playoffs do. They age you quickly. And Bob Watson, 0 for 3. Why would you pitch to Mike Schmidt? Hey, I got a strategy in Atlanta. Don't pitch to Mike Schmidt. Don't do it. And here's Bob Watson now, 0 for 3. And outside ball 1, Ron Reed. In the bullpen, now Holland, and you got Tug McGraw, number 45. Tug, one of the best. What a relief appearance in Philadelphia, though. They'll be 2-0. When you got a hot reliever, you can't blow him out in one game. It'll be low 3-0. And are you going to tell me Bruce Benedict will be on deck? Are you telling me that you're going to get a big lead and then just put the first guy on? That's going to be a strike. The Philadelphia Phillies of 1983. The 3-1. That's ball 4, and Bob Watson will go on first. He's an 0 for 3 batter, and Ron Reed just put him on first. This game is so big, I would even bring in Tug McGraw right now. I know it's a new thing for the 2-inning save, but when you got your best pitcher and you're doing what you're doing now, I just wouldn't trust this. 5-4 you lead. Now if you're down by 1, I would say something different. It's going to be a strike. And Benedict is the catcher. If you don't pitch to Mike Schmidt, it's 4-1 because they would walk. But they pitch to him. That's going to be a high pop fly. It's going to be a little bit. He's running in. It's a base hit. They're going to try and go to second. They get the force out at second. It was one of those hard ones. You're danged if you do, danged if you don't. Because the ball hit right short. It hit short. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? If you go too far and he catches it, he'll throw to first and get you out. And that's going to be one out. One out, one on now for Glenn Hubbard. They are hitting Ron Reed. They're getting to him. And that's going to be outside, ball one. Glenn Hubbard now. They're down by one. They got the tying run at first. What a playoffs. Hubbard, fair, foul, barely. So the 1-1 with one out. One on. That's going to be to right field, and it's going to hit the ground. He dove after it. And this time they'll get to second. So Ron Reed has been hit. They have one out, but that's because the ball again hit the ground. Ron Reed has thrown more balls than strikes. Actually, it's 5-5. Albert Hall wasn't at a Beatles song. Albert Hall. Yeah. It was in a Beatles song. Albert Hall. And Chris Chambliss will come in 0 for 3. Albert Hall. I read the news today. Oh boy, that's the song. I don't know what it's called. But they talked about Albert Hall, but he's at first. I don't know why you need a pinch runner. High and deep for Chambliss. I can see pinch running second to get this guy to third. There's no way they're going to go to third. He has 27 speed. They pinch hit first base, but the guy at second is 27 speed. If you pinch run at second, so if you get a double, then you can, if you get a single, you can score in a single. A 27 needs a double to score. He's Boog Powell speed. B-Race Powell, you need a calendar. And here it is. Terry Harper, and that's a strike. Here in the top of the eighth, they got 2 on. 2 on, 2 out. Can't believe it's the top of the eighth already. This game has been incredible. It'll be 1-1. I always wondered, I would love to mod a game and put the slowest runners, put like in a 100-meter dash, put like Dan Marino and Boog Powell and John Kruk and Peyton Manning, and just see who wins. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. And out of all this craziness, Ron Reed is a strike away from setting up Tug McGraw in the 9th inning. The pitch. Down low, 2-2. Terry Harper. If he's out, then 1, 2, and 3 comes up for Atlanta in the 9th. Struck him out. That was a huge strikeout. A huge one. Ron Reed somehow comes out. Kind of doesn't do well, but he gets 3 outs. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. This is a heck of a game. Paul Runge will come in at second base. And now you have Joe Morgan. Yes, he's 0 for 3. Yes, he struck out in the 5th. He's Joe Morgan. He hits home runs in pressure situations. And Camp down low, 1-0, and Camp knows it. There's Brizolara and Terry Foster, which means we won't see him if there's a pitching change. The 1-0. And that'll be a strike. Rick Camp needs to get Morgan. If Phillies get an insurance run, that would be a game that just got away. This game has got away from Atlanta. You wonder, Atlanta wanted to win the '83 World Series so bad. They wanted to win so bad they started fighting the Padres in '84. But they wanted to win they wanted to win it so bad in '83. And they fell short to the Dodgers in the NL West. But they're given a second chance. But they took the second chance and threw it away. It's 5-4. I know we have 7 games. Morgan to right. What did we say? What did we say? He always does this. He always does this. From Cincinnati on, from anywhere, he always does this. Always. You know, he was in the Champions League. He did it for 75 and 76. And now for Philadelphia, he gives the insurance. He would have horrible days all day, all horrible days, but he would come up, and it doesn't matter if it's in the 8th or 9th inning, he always gets that home run. 7th or 8th inning, he always gets that home run. Always. And Rick Camp is down. Here comes Tony Brizola. Brizolara, and he finally comes in. Oh, they left Camp, and Joe Torre, a former catcher for the St. Louis Cardinals, he knows that's that feeling. The worst manager feeling in the world is, oh, that's going to be a strike. 0-1, jammed him. When you leave, when you begin an inning with a pitcher, and you say, oh, let's do whatever, let's get him in, and he gives up a home run, and you take him with no outs, and you say, well, I could have started with Brizola anyway, and it'll be 0-2. That's the hardest part, because then you start thinking, could there be 1 out on an 0-2 pitch here? Struck him out, 1 out. They got insurance, but here's Tony Perez. Now he's different as a Cincinnati Red. He'll give you a double. Tony Perez is like a double guy. And that'll be fouled off, 0-1. Yeah, Perez, those the former Reds, walk them. You know, now you pitch to Mike Schmidt. You pitch to him in the 9th inning. You don't pitch to a Cincinnati Red of the Big Red Machine. 0-1. That'll be shot right there. It was a hard shot. If it gets through, he's double there. Almost, but that's going to be 2 outs. And now we go to Gary Maddox. He can be a sleeper. He's the annoying guy. He's the 8th hitter, and he always gets on. He gets on. Like, I don't understand it. And that's going to be fouled off. You never hear the guy in Philadelphia's, you know, one of my buddies on Facebook said, who's the most underappreciated Philly? And they're all saying Von Ace, but nobody said Gary Maddox. The real most underappreciated Philly is not going to be said in that Facebook chat because they're getting appreciated. So Gary Maddox, 2-1. I said Ivan de Jesus, but then I thought he was a pitcher. I forgot. And it'll be 2-2. The 2-2 to Maddox. There's going to be a little looper, and he gets on. Look at this. You know, Gary Maddox, he's so underappreciated. He doesn't get the home run. He sets up others so that others get the home run. He's like the offensive lineman. If offensive linemen could bat. And here's De Jesus, who's 0 for 1. Oh, he swung through a little bit. Chambliss at first. Gary Maddox is great. You're right, he's a 285 lifetime hitter, 8 Gold Gloves. And I wonder, like, even when I talk to Philly fans, you never hear Gary Maddox. You hear Greg Luzinski, you hear Steve Carlton, you hear Mike Schmidt, and you never hear Gary Maddox. And he has World Series with them in 80. High into right field, and it'll be foul barely. And I'll tell you what, if Philadelphia gets one more, it's over. I'm just telling you that right now. If they get one more, it's over. It's high. And there's Chambliss at first. So it'll be 1-1, 2 outs. Brizolara comes in. They strike, they throw to second. And what do you expect? What do you expect with the windup that takes forever? Look at this windup. It took forever, and Maddox What a jump. Yep. I agree there. He stole 20 or more 9 times, and he stole one there. And Brizzalara with the very short. I wouldn't be surprised if he stole third. Look at that. And it'll be a little looper. They'll get it. They'll throw to first. They get him out. Joe Morgan, though, he plays for Philadelphia, but he acts like a Cincinnati Red. It's 6-4. They bring in Al Holland, and I can see why. I can see why. You know, in a 7-game series, you want to make sure McGraw isn't coming in every day. You look around. Now with the 2-run lead, here's Brett Butler. He had a triple. And if he gets on with the triple, it'll be big. But Holland first pitch, low ball 1. But you got to mess up now once. And then when you mess up once, you might bring in Tug McGraw. That's got to be, that is Butler, and a catch. No, it hits the ground. It's on the ground, and Butler will go to second. He's saved. And there's the mess up. Vaughn Hayes is hurt. Vaughn Hayes is hurt. Oh my. Vaughn Hayes, it looks like he broke his arm. Oh my, Vaughn Hayes is hurt. And this is going to be, wow. Wow, Vaughn Hayes. And going on, they need another person then. Pete Rose. Here's Petey, another Cincinnati Red. Just don't pitch to him in the later innings. So Al Holland is in against Rafael Ramirez. Yeah, you're right. He's gone. Hayes, he hurt himself on that. He just jumped after that, and his right arm hit the ground. It looked ugly. This is a heck of a game. You got Rafael Ramirez now. You got Butler on second. Now the sacrifice doesn't work here. It doesn't matter right now. Holland, it's going to be a ball 1. He's having trouble. Here in the ninth, Al Holland. Tug McGraw might have to come in. The 1-0 from Holland. Down low, 2-0. What you got to worry about is if you walk Ramirez, who's 2 for 3, and you'd think about doing it just so you get the double play set up, and that'll be fouled off, 2-1. If you walk Ramirez, yes, you're putting the leading run at home, but you're also putting the force at third, which is huge, because if you get a ground ball, that'll be 3-1. Dale Murphy. You get a ground ball to third base, you can step on it and go to first and get that double play. Ball 4, he's not even close. Al Holland has come in this game and he hasn't been even close. And Dallas Green, well, he's got no hair there and he's going to lose it all. And here's Dale. Dale, 500 career home runs. Nobody out. All these games have been like this. And they're going to bunt. They go to second. He's up. He's safe, and the bases are loaded. He went to second in a bed. It's an error on Schmidt, who did so well early on. He did so well. He could have gone to first and got one out. And here's Bob Horner. He could have gone to first. And the pitch, it's going to be ball 1 outside. Al Holland. Tug McGraw's got to be ready to come in. They already have their 3 batters. And Al Holland has been terrible today. They're down by 2. They could double sacrifice into a tie. It's 2-0. If you're looking for a sacrifice, give the green light and get it. You know, I think everybody knows where this ball's going. Question is, will he have a green light at 2-0? And he does. It'll go. And they're going to go to second. They get one. They throw to first. They safe. No, he's out. He's out. It's 6-5. They get 2 outs. Porter hits into a double play. Porter barely, but he hits into a double play. Oh, my goodness. Oh, he could have stepped on. No, he went to second, and they throw to first. Oh. Oh, that was close. And no challenging here. It's all up to Bob Watson. And outside ball one. How is Al Holland? Seriously. Al Holland, this is one of the worst relief appearances, and he could get a save. He hasn't been close. The 1-0. And they say he swung. It's 1-1. The Braves are doing this to themselves. They got a gift on the mound. They got an absolute gift. The pitch. That's going to be to right field. And it will be. Pete Rose catches it. And the Phillies have survived. Pete Rose has caught it in right field. And Pete Rose has come in for Von Hayes. What a game. The Phillies celebrating here. Oh, thank you, World's Worst Gamer. Thank you very much for being on. That's incredible. I really enjoyed it. We're going to go over the stats in the next game, but we're going to go over the stats quickly here. Philadelphia, 6-5 win. Bases loaded, nobody out. And the Braves did it to themselves. They did it to themselves. Mike Schmidt. Yep, the grand slam. Unbelievable. And then the RBI up the middle. Oh my goodness. Mike Schmidt. Easy MVP. Joe Morgan, this was the insurance. And then the double play in the 9th inning. Pete Rose caught it. And it's 1-0 if the whole series is going to be like this. My goodness. My goodness. 4 for 4, a home run, and 5 RBI. So let's take a look. Atlanta. They had 3-2 hitters. Butler, Ramirez, and Hubbard. On the other side for Philadelphia, Gross was 3 for 4. Schmidt was 4 for 4. And everybody else was terrible except for Maddox, who was 2 for 4. Look at this. Gross was 3 for 4. Schmidt was 4 for 4. But Hayes had 0. Rose didn't get up. Diaz at 0. Matthews at 0. Perez at 0. DeJesus at 0. Pitching-wise, Carlton, not a good day. Not a good day. And pitching-wise for the Atlanta Braves, Pascal Perez. Well, Perez, nope, not the greatest after that grand slam. Quickly, let's go to the pitcher analysis. And here we go. Here are the Phillies pitchers, all of them. Feel free to rewind and look at these. Now let's take a look at the Braves pitchers. The batters. Here are all of them. And now here we go. And now for the Phillies. Pete Rose did not get up. He didn't get up. Schmidt. There's the grand slam. Maddox, here's Hayes. De Jesus. Gross was unbelievable. Oh my God, was Gross great. I will say that they had the Astros on this game. World's first gamer, good to see it. I will say they had the Astros. The thing is, though, they made them the Colorado Rockies, and they were just as good as the Reds, the Expos. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to have the Rockies and just pretend they're the Expos. No. But now we're going to take a look quickly about Von Hayes. Let's see how bad Von Hayes is. The injured list. Von Hayes is out 1 to 6 days. So Von Hayes has a bruised arm. He's out 1 to 6 days. So he might be back by game 3 or 4. Now, if they would have lost this game, that would have been big. But they won this game. Pete Rose is a great sub, but he's not one at his age right then that you want to keep on every day. But Pete Rose is a great sub. But the thing is, you don't have any more. So Von Hayes, 1 to 6 days. He ran after that. What a game. What a game. Thank you very much. Our next game is going to be Toronto at the White Sox. At the surprising White Sox, we go upper left, upper right, lower left, lower right. That's it for us today. Have a great day.